I mean, if you work in tech, you already know that the types of people that tech attracts are like the loner types, and a lot of those people, man, they're a little stank. All right, like there's a guy in my job. Like to Cory's point, I don't think this guy wipes his ass. You could smell his ass as he was like walking around. Like you could smell the smell of ass.
Yep, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And he purchases quality colognes and he drenches himself in cologne. So he walks around. Yeah, it makes my stomach turn because what you smell is cologne with like a pungent ass, and it just makes my stomach just like twist and knots. It's and Tony already knows I don't do fucking stanks well. I'd be like, I'm a man of faces. Like when I smell something, I'd be like, people look at me like, oh, what's going on? I'd be like, nah, man, I just thought of something crazy. No, now I'm stuck playing it off because I don't want to tell the guy like, yo, I just smelled this stank ass.
So I got another topic here for us, man. This one's I don't know how it's a little sensitive depending on where you work or who you work with, but working with coworkers and their bad habits, whether they're disgusting or just annoying, and how do you deal with them and their habits and the way that you don't get fired or offend people. And if you do and don't care about offending because it's already, you had enough of it, fuck it. That's also okay.
I have only one example of this. I think I've been pretty lucky. It's been years since I worked at my previous big tech company that I worked at, where there were a lot of really disgusting people, where Cory still currently works. But my current job, one of my coworkers, back when we were in the office, because I haven't been in the office in over a year at this point, that man used to trim his nails at his in his desk. And I always thought that was one of the weirdest things in the world. Like he had little nails clippers and he'd just be there trimming his nails at the desk. It was a very weird habit to me. I'd trim mine at my house. I file my nails down. I do all my grooming at the house. I'm not taking like a razor to work and shaving in the bathroom or anything. So that to me was a weird thing. But I mean, I never saw a fingernail just hanging out in the middle of the floor.
Oh, so he cleaned up. He cleaned up.
Yeah, so he's not he's not being disgusting about it, I guess.
Yeah, that is strange. At least he had an old manager, and I'm pretty sure he used to clip his toenails at work.
No.
And that's fucking gross.
That's a power move, dude. You're in a conference call. You're like a meeting with one of your team members. You just pull your foot up and you start trimming your toenails.
Clack. You're like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck. No, I think it was the boss. So it's
yeah. So I have a lot of examples for this one. My biggest one, however, is pretty gross, and it's just grown-ass men not being able to wipe properly.
Oh my God!
And this happens one of two occasions. Yeah, it's the grossest. It's so disgusting. So when we were in the office, I sat on the end of an aisle, right? So I was right next to the main pathway and maybe 20 feet from the restrooms. So if somebody rolled up in there and dropped a deuce and walked out, either they dropped the serious, most permeating deuce on the planet, or they're in serious need of a bidet.
On this podcast, we are strong proponents of the bidet, okay? So I'm glad you brought it up. We are believers. We're installers of the bidet, okay?
Mm-hmm. I'll be washing my hands after doing my business and hear people come in there, drop a deuce, and then just leave. And you're like,
you don't hear the toilet paper rustle at all.
No. And I'm just like, what? How do you function as an adult? So that's my number one, obviously. That's the grossest thing on the planet, especially when you gotta smell it and you're trying to be professional. It's like, get out of here with that nonsense.
You scared me for a second. I thought you were gonna say they didn't wipe their ass properly, and then you sat somewhere and then got like shit on your pants or something. I was like, oh my!
No,
I would have
bro.
snapped. I would have snapped.
Yeah, I would
absolutely.
get fired. I'd get fired.
So my second one is food at your desk. So at said company, you have a cubicle, right? Your cubicle has overhead bins and drawers and things. People would leave food in their overhead bin for months.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
talking penicillin farms, brother. It is just you'd walk by a section of the office and be like, oh, what is that? and then you start like just perusing the aisles and you're like, hey man, like what's going on in here? And they'd open it up and there's just like mold and gross. It's like, man, those are my biggest top twos.
That's terrible.
It's the worst. And again,
one of my friends shared a cube with this guy. He had like an entire pantry in his like cubicle, but it's like a 2-person cube. I mean, he had like sugar, honey, pepper, salt, crack, like all the food types, all the food items. He had them, and they were all expired. They were all like, and he had all this like fruit and all this stuff he would eat and or just leave lying around. That cube had so many like fruit flies and bugs just flying. I was like, I don't even know where these things came from, but they're in here for you, man. Like, and it was fucking gross. Like, and I felt bad. Like, my friend fought for a while to like get moved out of there because he was in that nasty ass environment.
I would have just cleaned the house. As soon as that dude didn't come to work that day,
you clean his stuff.
Fuck out of here.
I think I might actually be on board with Tony here. I think that might be the solution: is just tossing his shit out and forcing that manager meeting.
Force it.
Of why did you throw his shit away? Why did he bring all these fruit flies into my cubicle?
Why is he affecting my health?
Sandwiches,
This is all health hazards here. This is not safe. This is not. This fuck out of here. And if he has a problem with it, bro, we can go outside and fix this problem. You're gonna have a lot less problems when you gotta go fucking fix your jaw because you're fucking shitting all over the fucking office where I'm working at. Like, no way. You guys that's crazy. I couldn't deal with that shit.
And I'm kind of concerned because when we go back to the office, they're telling us that we're not going to have our own desks. Everything's going to be shared, and I don't like that.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm an adult, right? Working for 20 years in the same, not the same role, but 20 years in the same career. I feel like I should have my own desk. If it's a cubicle, whatever, it's mine, right? Put my pictures up on the wall, whatever. But now I can't like make it personable, right? Because I got to share it with somebody else. So anything I bring to work might go missing the next day. And my biggest complaint is that when I have to do like working in a lab, I need to have hardware to stash somewhere. So usually I'd put it at my desk and lock it up. That's not going to be an option anymore.
Huh.
So I'm not people cutting their toenails at the desk I'm about to post up at, or half-eaten Cuban sandwich from Twin Peaks in the drawer. Like,
yeah, that's fucking hilarious. It's always an attack back to Doe, even when he's not here.
Doe is so attackable. Yeah, I mean, Lisi had another good one too. There was the same guy who clipped his toenails. He would floss his teeth at work.
No.
He had a floss string, and he would floss all his teeth, and then he would put the string back in his drawer.
No,
he would just use the same string.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know how often you guys floss, but when you floss, that shit smells awful.
It's going straight in the garbage.
He would pop the string into the drawer. Like, I'm saving that for later. Like,
here's a pretty cool thing that my company does do. We have mouthwash in all the bathrooms with little cups, like little disposable cups you can use with the mouthwash. That's
incredible.
I thought that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I don't use mouthwash too often now, but I would use it if it was readily available like that every time I went. Like, why not?
Yeah, dude. I go down to Mod Pizza and I load up my pizza with roasted garlic and chopped garlic and there's all so that mouthwash is a lifesaver afterwards when you got like a team meeting.
That's just that sounds pretty dope, bro. Like my whole life changed with a water pick. the water flossers, bro. The first time I used it, and that shit shot through and just cleaned the teeth, bro. I could smell. Like you can smell it. I was just like, it's like morning breath. I'm like, oh, this was stuck in between. What? I'm like, so I'm walking around here with hot breath all the time? No fucking way in hell. My wife would have complained by now, right?
Un bajo.
And it's just like, bro, I always do a smell check too. Before I get in an area where there's people, I'll be like, all right, I'm good to go. Or, you know, I have weird things that I don't want people to be, you know, exposed to. You know what I mean? Like if I'm musky, if I don't got deodorant, I'm gonna keep my armpits close to me and try not to make you smell me if I'm sweaty too much or whatever. But there's people at my job. They have stink breath. And for the most part here, you guys know me. Cory, you've met me. Like, you know, you can kind of get my mannerisms and how I handle people in their ways. And as soon as their breath smells, I'll look at them and be like, yo, your shit stinks. Or, you know, I'll be like, yo, your breath's kind of hot, bro. Get some shit going. And they'll look at me first and be like, damn, good luck, bro. I'm gonna go handle that. And you know, and it's rude in a way. I guess it could be rude, but you're saving that, dude. Like if my breath stink and one of you guys told me, yo, Jose or Tony or El Caballo, your breath kind of hot. I'm like, fuck.
Check yourself.
Go check yourself. I'm like, I bet. Thanks, bro. Because, you know, God knows who I could be talking to the next 5 minutes. And now I got a bad reputation for hot breath. And it's just like, that's something I don't want.
I concur, actually. Like, if I'm stinky in some way, or if it's something I can fix, let me know, man. Like,
For sure.
100%.
You're looking out for that person.
As long as you're not being like, man, you got a trash ass mouth. Why your breath always so stink? You know, it depends on how you're approaching it.
Hey, all right, this is a month straight. Your breath smells like 8 cans of shark shit. Okay, you need to figure this out. All right, you're like, damn, you've been holding that in. You're being mean.
You know what's made that worse, Tony? Made that whole thing worse, Tony?
What?
Is when you're wearing your mask.
You just stinking yourself out.
I've been buying cans of breath mints and shit just because, you know, on the off chance that my breath is smelly, I'm gonna pop one of them and then put my mask on because I don't. I'm with you, man. I don't like stinky breath. That's just nasty because you don't know what it's coming from.
I have a friend. I literally have a friend that worked with a friend of his, and he would tell me that his breath smelled so bad that he couldn't muster the courage to tell him. He would offer him gum. Never wanted gum. The guy never wanted gum, and he would insist and never got the hint, never that. I'm like, yo, at times, like, yo, you just got to tell them, man, yo, your breath's hot, my dude. You talking to me? And fix your shit. Like if you got to go see a dentist if you have an actual hygiene problem, like something's rotten, you need to go get that shit fixed. It's simple shit. But I think people nowadays are just too sensitive or insensitive or I don't know what. Fuck that, bro. Fix yourself. Help me help you. Like that's simple as that.
I don't know that I would tell my coworker there that their mouth is rotten.
No, don't say that. I'm saying in my mind.
Tony would, and not because he's this brave guy or whatever. It really is that he works in an environment where I feel like when you work more like blue collar jobs, the people you're working with, everybody's just a little bit more themselves. Like the work environment's a little bit more down to earth. So like sometimes Tony calls me while he's at work and they're in the middle, yo, fuck you, mother, blah, 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 blah. And they're talking like that. And it's like, I've never spoken to anybody like that in my job.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like when you're in those types of environments, it's easier to stoop to the level of what some would qualify as disrespect and telling someone like, yo, your armpits stink. Or yo, like your breath stinks. Or yo, you know, like those types of things. Like, I feel like those conversations are much easier. When you're in like a more corporate environment, everything is very hush-hush. You got an HR department. Like if you tell somebody something and they feel some type of way, Then next thing you know, you're talking to HR about, oh, why'd you tell so and so that they stink? And you're like, well, because they stink, and I was just telling him so they could fix themselves. And then I was like, yeah, but you need to be considerate about. And you're like, holy shit, like, so you could end up in that whole conversation. That's
Been
like
there.
it's not.
You've been there.
Yeah. So it's like
Twice.
I feel like it's not so much like a judgment of character of telling these people. I think also like your work environment kind of speaks to that too.
You're
Because
100%
like there's people at
correct.
my job, I mean, if you work in tech, you already know that the types of people that tech attracts are like the loner types, and a lot of those
Mhm.
people, man, they're a little stank. All right. Like, yeah, there's a guy at my
Yeah.
job, like to Cory's point, I don't think this guy wipes his ass. You could smell his ass as he was like walking around. Like you could smell the smell of ass
Yep. You know
on
exactly
him.
what I'm talking about.
And he purchases quality colognes and he drenches himself in cologne. So
it
he
makes it
walks
worse.
around. Yeah, it makes my stomach turn because what you smell is cologne with like a pungent ass, and it just makes my stomach just like twist and knots. It's and Tony already knows I don't do fucking stinks well. I'd be like, I'm a man of faces. Like when I smell something, I'd be like, and people look at me like, oh, what's going on? I'd be like, nah, man, I just thought of something crazy. No, and now I'm stuck playing it off because I don't want to tell the guy like, yo, I just smelled this stank ass. Like,
That's the difference between me and Pooch. He'll play it off, and I'll be like, yo, did you smell that shit? Yo, who the fuck stinks like that? Like, that's my reaction. And that's because of where I work, right? Like he said, like it goes back to that. Like if I was in an office setting, I think I would probably be a little bit more filtered, maybe, or I'd probably be fired.
I'll tell you straight up, I'm not.
It's just rough, bro. Like I work with a dude who literally cooks fish in a microwave for lunch.
Oh, that's the worst.
Bro.
No.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. He has fish, he brings it and he puts it in the microwave. And the whole fucking shit smells like fish. And everybody gets mad, right? And I'm the outspoken one. So is everybody there. But I'll be like, yo, my dude, if you're cooking fish, let everybody cook their shit in the microwave, heat their shit up in the microwave first, and then heat your shit up. Because every time I go behind you after your fish fucking lunch, my food now smells and tastes like fucking fish.
Yeah,
he's like, oh,
the worst.
You have a problem with the way I eat? Yeah, I have a problem with the way the fuck you eat, bro. That shit stinks, bro. The whole fucking break room smells like fish. No one wants to eat here when you cook fish. Mind you, it's his lunch. He needs to eat. Cool, I get that. Fuck out of here. I'm not trying to smell fucking fish, especially this bass fish, canal fish that you're fucking cooking. Like, this ain't good fish you're cooking. This is some bass fish. Like, fuck out of here. I'm not trying to smell that shit.
Canal fish. That's a Florida problem.
Just disgusting, bro.
At my job, right, some guy got caught fishing like on the campus of where we work, and there's a lot of little like lakes and ponds, and they had to send out an email like, yo, no fishing at work. Like, and so we we worked in like this open area. So there's probably like 200 people, maybe 150 people. We all sat in a room. It was a pretty large room, and it had like a break room. The break room was in the room. The whole thing was open. There was like no cubes. Like I sat at a desk, and there was a whole bunch of people that sat at the desk with me. Like, we had, enough personal space. Like I have 3 monitors, multiple computers, all that stuff. I got my own drawers, overhead bit, things like that. But there's no cubes, so you could see pretty much everybody. Like if you poke up a little bit, you could see everybody in the room. And there was a microwave in the room because the kitchen was also in the room. The break room wasn't like detached or anything. And one day somebody brought a microwaved fish in the microwave. And the whole fucking room, this isn't a break room. Like, oh, no, I don't want to eat the break room. This is where you got to sit for 10 hours or 9 hours, whatever you're going to work. Yo, and it just smelled like fish for hours.
No one said nothing?
And, oh, my God, there was uproar. People were like, people were looking around trying to see who the fuck just microwaved the fish. And
yes.
there was this one like redneck dude. He was like, "I don't care. I'm gonna eat my fish." Like, he was like, and everybody was like, people were emailing HR. It was a whole fucking thing. Someone printed out these signs like, "Do not microwave fish at work," and then we thought it was funny, so we printed a second one of it, and we put it right next to the sign, and then we like used permanent marker over the word microwave. So it said, "Do not microwave fish at work. Do not fish at work."
So,
and this happened twice, dude. There's just smells that are just so fucking pungent. Like, it's thick. You could feel that the air is like thicker.
Yeah.
Fish is one of those smells.
I got another one for you as far as food in the workplace. Burnt popcorn.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
People have literally evacuated thousands of employees because they burn popcorn in a microwave and it sets off the fire alarm.
Oh,
This happens so often that there was an internal knowledge base article written on how to microwave popcorn.
What the
Because you're talking about 3 stories of a building completely evacuated because of a fire alarm that went off. And, it takes maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, make sure everybody's accounted for, make sure there's not an actual structure fire, and then get everybody back in there just because somebody hit the wrong damn button on the microwave. And then I don't know if you've ever smelled burnt popcorn before, but it's like a fart. It's terrible, and it lingers, and it's gross. It's the worst.
The funny thing is,
I've ever smelled burnt popcorn like to that extent.
It's bad.
the funny to that, what I would do to that every Friday and Monday around 2:00. Yep, boys, I'm working here early today. Like, I would fuck that shit up. That would be my to go every Monday and Friday, because fuck Mondays and I want to go home on a Friday. Like, and at that point they would have to put a camera in to see what dickhead's the one that's actually fucking doing it.
They'll fire your ass.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
man.
I was gonna say there is a solution for your fish guy at work. You just need to buy him his own microwave and set it up outside on an outdoor power outlet, and then he can just make his fish out there.
Bro, there's 2 microwaves in this
The
fucking...
redneck guy, he'd do it. He don't give a fuck.
There's 2 fucking microwaves. One up front in the front office with the inside sales rep and managers, and then there's the regular blue collar workers that work outside and mechanic work and that break room. I was like, yo, go up front and do that. He's like, I don't want to walk all the way over there, and then they're gonna complain. Motherfucker, there's only 2 up there versus the 6 that are back here. And we see you every day. Who you really give a fuck about here? Go up front and cook that shit. And
those dudes up front could probably get you fired for real, though.
Yeah.
fuck out of here, bro. That shit stinks so fucking bad.
If it's a fireable offense in one microwave, it should be a fireable offense in the second microwave.
Exactly. And it's
I
cool.
don't disagree, but you already know how hierarchies at work and shit like that work. The guys in front office, man, the boss probably sits up there himself. He got to smell that shit. He's probably firing somebody. Like,
no, yeah, but it's still like, and then I'm in charge of like most of the things in the break room. Like, I just bought a new Keurig for the break room, and because the old one had algae in it, because no one fucking decided to clean it or change the filter, so that shit happened. And it's just like, bro. And then another thing too that I hate, the bathroom. There's a bathroom. Everybody has like their unspoken bathroom that they kind of like to go to. I have my bathroom that I love to go to, because I used to go in the front office with the managers and ISR and shit in their bathroom because they had better bathrooms. The ones in the back were just like terrible. And I used to shit, and I'll leave the door open purposely some days and let that shit roam through the hallways for all these managers and the sales guys. And they would complain. God. They would complain because the whole place was fucking stink, right? And then I use air fresheners too. But then when they want to go use the bathroom, that aroma's still there. So they were like, yo, you can't shit up here no more. I'm like, bro, I can shit anywhere in the bathroom here. I can shit anywhere. So they made a mess in the bathroom one day and let the manager walk into the bathroom. They're like, yo, who made this mess? Oh, that was Jose. These guys always come up here. So the manager was like, Jose, why did you leave a mess? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, I bought you a brand new toilet seat for the bathroom in the back that no one likes to use because that toilet seat's broken or whatever. So here, you install it. You can use that bathroom. Just you can't be making a mess. I'm like, bro, I never made no fucking mess. And I look behind them, and the 2 ISR fuckers back there are laughing because they're the ones that just left shit on the ground. All right, cool. I cleaned this one bathroom. Big, it's like a handicap bathroom. It's big, has room, leg space, whatever. I cleaned it up, mopped it, disinfected the new toilet seat, air fresheners, fucking the works. Now everybody likes to use this bathroom. And it's cool. It's a public bathroom. Everybody can use it. But the problem that I have, when I have to come and take a shit, there's piss on the fucking toilet seat. Why the fuck? We're grown men. I make this complaint every morning when we have meetings. I'm like, yo, we're fucking grown. Which one of you dicks is pissing on a toilet seat? And I'm like, yo, what I'm going to do every time someone's in the bathroom, I'm going to wait for you to come out. And I'm going to check the toilet seat. And if it's you pissing, I'm calling you out. I'm tired of fucking almost shitting myself because I got to wipe and disinfect the toilet seat every time. I don't go in the other bathrooms because it's too small. I'm a big guy. I don't need to be, like, they bought this toilet seat for me. Fuck out of here. This is my bathroom. And it's like, I'm thinking I'm also about buying a bidet for the workplace and installing it. I was thinking about it the other day, but then it's like, damn, now I'm gonna have multiple people using it. I don't know about that, you know. But
I mean, they're
whatever.
cheap. You could get a cheap bidet for $25. You could get like 3 or 4 of them, install them, and then all the stalls have bidets. So then no one would be like, "Oh, that's the bidet stall. That's the one everybody shits in that one."
I don't know.
Tony, you could just set up
You find turds on toilet seats, toilet paper on toilet seats, piss all over seats. It's like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with people.
Tony, you could just save yourself some trouble cleaning that up next time. Just get one of those cans of the bubbles, the whatever that bathroom bubble cleaner is.
The scrubbing bubbles.
Scrubbing bubbles. Just spray down the entire bathroom and then set off the fire alarm, and the sprinkler system will come on and it'll just cleanse everything down.
Nah, that's a lot of work.
Dude, 2 o'clock on a Monday, bro.
Yo, I saw a video of a guy. He climbed all the way up in like a Home Depot. Like, just, you know how in Home Depot they have like them shelves that are like 20, 30 feet in the air? He climbed all the way up there, and everybody was like staring at him, recording video now. They're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, he's acting crazy. He whips out a lighter, and he climbs even higher, like now he's like hanging on the rafters of Home Depot. And now he's like, he looks like fucking Spider-Man. He's like kind of like his hands and feet are on the ceiling. Like he's hanging on the rafters, and he whips out a lighter out of his pocket and he starts lighting the fucking, you know, the
little red needle.
The sprinkler system, right? He lights that shit up, and then out of nowhere, it looks like this guy. You'd think the shit was a sprinkler, right? Hell no, this ain't no goddamn sprinkler. It looked like this guy got Kamehameha, bro. Like, he just flew off of the ceiling. I'm sure it's terrible to say. He might be dead.
Oh my God.
In the video, the guys were a couple aisles over, so you don't see him like where he lands or how. But like, I could only imagine this guy 25 feet in the air. Just, dude, he took this thing full force to the face, and you saw him fall off. Like,
oh man,
so, I gotta find this video. It's terrible.
Yeah, you got to. That's fucking wild. Why was he doing that in the first place?
I don't know. The video started with him climbing up. I don't know. He maybe got mad with the customer service and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna wet this whole motherfucker." He didn't realize. I was on that subreddit, win stupid prizes. It was one of the best.
Damn.
It's like, you know, do stupid shit, win stupid prizes.
What was his plan there? I don't understand.
I don't know.
That's funny. That they had their own little security system for their fucking sprinklers. It just fucking Kamehameha. Fucking Goku just comes out of nowhere and just blasts you.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's a fire in those buildings, they want to put them out ASAP. So they dump like tons of water really fast, like to put the fire out. But I think he thought it was like the movies where it's just like a little sprinkler. I don't think they work like that. And I heard that water stinks. That water's in those tanks for decades sometimes.
Yeah. So the only other workplace grievance that I have is motherfuckers that will have clothes in the washer for days, and then they wake up that morning and throw them in the dryer and wear them to work. and so they just smell awful.
Everyone thought that you had a washer and dryer at your work there.
I was
for
like,
a second.
what?
No, I'm talking about the homeboy that's like, I need to wash my blue jeans, throws them in on Saturday, forgets to put them in the dryer, pops them in a quick dry on Monday morning, then rolls into the office.
That
Shit
shit
stinks, bro.
They smell like
it's a wet
that
dog.
That damp,
Yes.
that like dank smell. I
Yeah,
shouldn't say dank. That smells like everybody associates dankiness with marijuana now. It smells like what you'd imagine like a wet cellar smells like.
exactly.
It's
And
fucking gross.
it's potent, and it's like you can smell it from halfway across the building.
I would love
It's
to.
bad.
I would love to be in these offices. I would love to just act like one of your coworkers and just work in the office. Just show up into your job one day, sit at a random desk, and just act like I'm doing my job. And when someone stink comes by, I'll just scream out, "Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck?" And everybody would look, and I'll be like, "You fucking stink, bro. Go the fuck home and shower." And I'll walk up and get away, and everybody would just be there like, "I've been wanting to say that for years." Like,
Yeah.
I just want to be that guy that helps people. You know what I mean? Just like, I want to help people.
You're a helpful guy, Tony. Come on.
Yeah,
This is
bro.
You're looking out for him.
They
This is a
hired Tony
Tony
to just be like
service.
the helpful worker. Like he just acts like he's doing work to blend in and then call out people with their stinks.
This is a job for real.
He can start his own company. He can be a stink consultant.
Yep.
No, you gotta spin it with a PC title, right? So he'll be the what is it? The positive change enforcer.
Hey, yeah. I'll just sit there. You just tell me who's the of the accusers, which one of them, and I'll just sit there. And one day I'm just gonna explode on them. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, hey, and I get paid like $100 an hour to do this.
Oh wow, I don't think that's healthy. But...
No.
Oh wow, this is a blurry effect there, Cory.
Yeah, my camera does that sometimes. I don't know.
I thought that was Mateo doing his like editing mid pod. I was like, whoa, what the fuck, Mateo?
No, it's focusing on Corbin.